Court is back in session. We're on YouTube already.
Against Travis Robbie Valentine, 22M127599A, B and C, and 22F239015A, B and C, and 21F236939A. And that's it. Go ahead, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike L. Crawford representing Mr. Travis Valentine.
Mr. Valentine, your name?
Travis Valentine.
Where you been?
Messed up a little bit.
Counsel, let's talk about the arraignment on these. He's got the cases out of MSP 22M127599A, B, and C. For purposes of arraignment, he stand mute, wait for a reading.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty, please. Then he's got, I'll come back and address bond, and I don't think he's going to like what I'm going to do. On 22F239015A and B and C, those are my cases, and as I understand it, he's going to plead guilty to no ops and responsible to no insurance with the understanding that the unregistered motor vehicle will be dismissed, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
So he's going to plead to the civil infraction, no insurance, a 0-pointer. He's going to plead to no ops, and then the drive without valid license and the no insurance will be dismissed. Do you understand that, Mr. Valentine?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up. If you plead guilty to no ops, you're giving up. First of all, it's punishable by up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all of those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And the no insurance is a civil infraction only. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by court or trial by jury. At that trial, you have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own witnesses, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, to the charge, no valid operator's license on person. How do you plead?
Responsible.
No operator's license on person is a misdemeanor. Guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty.
To the charge, no proof of insurance, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Were you operating a motor vehicle December 14 to 22 at 6:49 p.m. on Walnut Creek Drive near Gibraltar and Flat Rock?
Yes.
Do you have a valid license with you on your person?
No, I do not.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accept it to no ops. Please accept it to no insurance, no proof of insurance. The unregistered vehicle is dismissed and the drive while license not valid is dismissed. I can take the other plea in front of with this in front of Judge Hesson if
No problem, Your Honor.
you plead to no ops on this other file 21F236939. I'll dismiss the drive while unlicensed. Same possible penalties that I just enunciated. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand all your rights?
Yes.
To the charge, no valid ops on person. How do you plead?
Responsible.
It's guilty or not guilty? It's a misdemeanor, sir.
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Gibraltar near Olmsted and Flat Rock, December 19 to 21 at 11:12 p.m.?
Yes.
Do you have a valid license with you on your person?
No.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
That plea is accepted. The drive while unlicensed is dismissed. You know what I have a good mind to do, Mr. Valentine? You know what I have a real good mind to do?
Huh.
Set a high cash bond and set this for 5 months from now for sentencing. That's what I have a good mind to do. You think you can blow off a court like this? We send notice after notice, you just blow it off as though you're the emperor of the world or something? Is that what you think you should be able to do?
No, no, sir.
Well, that's what you've done. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Maybe I don't want a sentence. Maybe I want to set a 5,000 cash bond on each of these, set them for next July. They can take them up until he can post the bond, and then I'll sentence him then. Maybe that's what I should do.
Your Honor, they had the wrong.
Hang on,
address.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
Because I was not addressing you. You know how many times you blew this court date off? What do? Egg our windows too when you drive by here? I mean, you just think you can just disrespect the court like this? Like you can't do anything to me?
no.
Let me just give you your history here. Let me give you your history here, just so you and I understand one another. On this case in front of Judge Hessen, it's been going on for a year. You didn't show up in February of 22. That's after not showing up initially on the appearance ticket in January, so we issued a warrant. Somehow you were arraigned in June of 22. She gave you a personal bond. Her thanks was that in July of 22, you didn't show up. You then posted a bond in November by Flat Rock, and you didn't show up for your pretrial here. And then all the while, 2 days after that, you're arrested on these charges. You have warrants out of Allen Park, Detroit, Westland, and Detroit.
Your Honor, I was going through like a crisis because I lost my mom, and I just had another little girl 4 months ago. So like on top of my mom dying, and then I just had another baby. I was just a little, I wasn't all the way there. You know what I mean? I just made a mistake.
Listen, I'm sorry about your mom. I really am. Congratulations on your baby. Is this the way you're going to teach your child?
No, sir.
To show this kind of respect for authority? What do you mean? You didn't make a mistake. You've made multiple mistakes. You've blown off the court purposefully. This isn't like you had to decide between keeping a job, working somewhere, or showing up for a court date. Mr. Valentine, I don't go for this. I can't understand it. I can't relate to it. Just not the way I was raised. I don't understand why people would think that they can do this. Not once, not twice, repeatedly. And you wouldn't be here now if they didn't pick you up and keep you in jail.
They have the
So
wrong
no,
address.
it's not your turn to talk yet. You work?
Yeah, I do side jobs right now, and I got an
Side
interview for
jobs.
FedEx. And I got an interview
How many
for FedEx.
side jobs? How many side jobs do you do? What kind of side jobs?
I fix cars, and I fixed cars, and I got an interview for FedEx.
Did you graduate high school?
No, sir.
I'm sending you back to Judge Hessen for your sentence on this 9015A. I'm sorry. on 21F 236939. So I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to set a bond on this? You live at Powers in what city?
That was Dearborn Heights, Your Honor, but I stay at 5.
What's your new address right now?
The one I'm right now is 5 Heights, Michigan.
So I'm not gonna let you go back to Dearborn Heights without paying a lot of money on this.
Me and my wife, we stay at the Walnut Creek Apartments. And like evicted, so I was trying to have a, like, you know.
So you spent the night in jail, right, Sergeant?
Correct, Your Honor.
I don't know what to do with it. I'm being honest with you.
I won't mess up again.
No, you don't show up in court. You have a horrible habit of doing that. You're not going to break it. She gave you a break before. Quite candidly, she was nicer than I would have been. By giving you a personal bond with your history and you blowing it off. And then you post $600 and you blow it off again. So maybe I need to set 20,000, 10% on each one of these. And then you maybe still blow it off, but maybe you won't. I don't know what I'm going to do on this. So when I talk this long, it's typically because I don't know what to do. How old are you, Mr. Valentine?
I'm 25.
You're bringing kids into the world and you act like this. You're acting like you're 7. That's what you're doing. So I can't justify, I mean, here's my dilemma. He's not going to show up. He's clearly shown that he's not going to show up. I'm not going to just fine him and have him walk out of there and give him time to pay. And I'm not giving him a personal bond on the other case. I mean, that's where I am with it. So maybe we ought to just set a high bond and adjourn this a couple weeks. That's what I'm thinking.
Your Honor, with a high bond, maybe 2,000, 10%. I mean, that would be high for him. He's not working regularly. He's paying for 2 kids. At least give him an honest opportunity to try to raise the money.
Where'd you get the $600 at that you posted that you didn't care enough about to show up on the case?
I tried to call and they didn't have record of it, and they didn't even know I got bonded out, and they haven't even, like, they didn't fix the warrant and stuff. So it was a mess. I worked for it. Like, I was working on cars. I was changing alternators, spare tires. I was did everything I could so my kids could have a Christmas.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure out a way in my own brain to be 1,000% more kind and respectful of you than you have been with the courts. That's what I'm gonna do. Because if I'm on the line with you, I'm setting a real high bond and I'm setting this for next November, and you don't want me to do that. And I wouldn't do that because I have some respect. Oh, boy. Let me think of how I'm going to proceed here.
Your Honor, if it might help, my client was going to propose in terms of a payment arrangement, be able to pay $300 by December the 19th. Again, he's trying to work hard, come up with money, take
Yeah,
care
but
of
what
his
am I
family.
supposed to do? Just release him? I mean, again, when he hasn't shown up this many times?
I won't mess up
And by
again.
the way, I'm not even counting the 22 case that he missed a couple times. Right. I mean, really, I'm not being wise. I've done my venting. I've tried to make this young man understands that what he's doing is completely inappropriate. And I don't think I got through to him because he tells, his history tells me he's done this and continues to do this.
I would do a complete 360.
I'm sure. I've been told that before. About a nickel for every time somebody told me they were going to turn their life around, I'd be a multi-gazillionaire. These guys like Musk and Bezos would be asking me for money.
I was a truck driver last year, and I messed up my license. I'm trying to fix everything and get back on the road. I got my CDL when I was 21. I just made it. I won't make no more mistakes.
I mean, he doesn't show up again the other day. I mean, just ridiculous. Why weren't you here on the 12th? Tell me what you were doing that was so important on the 12th that you couldn't come and appear in front of Judge Hessen.
Honestly, by the time I got the letter, it was like 2 days later, and it was too late. So I tried to call up there.
2 days later. 2 days later was the day of the 14th.
And I got the letter because they sent it to the wrong address.
What am I supposed to do with him? I mean, I can't just let him go again. Well, let's take care of these sentencings and then I'll figure it out. What would you like to say?
Well, Your Honor, my client's already shared with the court. He's a young father. He's 25 years old. He's got a 2-year-old, and he's just been blessed with a 4-month-old, Your Honor. He knows he's made several mistakes here recently. He hasn't been responsible. He's just asking that the court take some understanding in terms of fines and costs. Doesn't have a lot of money, but he's got some big responsibilities. He needs to be able to be free and move about in the community so he can earn for himself and his family. So if the court could take that in mind in terms of fines and costs, and we're obviously hoping for no jail time, but we leave it to the court's discretion beyond that, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry, and I did want to be clear, in terms of paying whatever fines, he's prepared to get on a fairly aggressive payment plan. He was going to start with $300 down on whatever the fines are, because we know it'll be more than that, starting December the 19th. And he would pay regularly every 2 weeks after that. So, he's committed. He's trying to make a show through his financial commitment that he wants to resolve this and start the process of cleaning up his life.
Anything else, Mr. Valentine?
I'm gonna fix this one way or another.
Has he been cooperative with you guys, Sergeant?
Absolutely, Your Honor. No issues since he's been here.
In the case assigned to Judge Heston, you forfeited a bond. I'm not reinstating that bond. 50 fines, 25 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. So I'm gonna go light on that. $200 or 60 days on that file. On the cases assigned to me, on the no insurance, that's file 9015C, $185. On the case, the no ops, file A, I'm gonna fine you, but I do need to indicate, and I don't believe I indicated on that file. On that file, find the plea agreement. This. All right, on the, I'm sorry, I marked up the wrong file. Give me 1 second. So I'm dismissing the unregistered vehicle, dismissing the no insurance, accepting your plea to no proof of insurance, and accepting your plea to no ops, dismissing the drive while license invalid. And on the no ops, I'm gonna assess fines in the amount of $100, cost 100, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. So it's 3 1/4 or 90 days on that, and 185 on the no insurance. So that's file 9015A. You owe 3 1/4. You owe 185 on file B. That's the no insurance, and the drive while unregistered vehicle is dismissed. So right now, you owe the court $200 on the Judge Hessen case, 5 1/4 on these two cases. I'm not giving you a personal bond yet again on this other case. I hope you can come up with some money. I really do.
I have no access.
Well, you really made a mistake on that then. Shh. Was this December 15th? It was never a rain. You missed 5 cases. 5 times, at least, maybe 7.
Please, Rahman.
I don't want to keep him in there for Christmas.
He doesn't want to be in there for Christmas. He'd like to be there with his children if he could.
I know I'm taking a lot of time here because I'm not sure what to do.
Well, I'm sure my client appreciates your thoughtfulness, Your Honor.
It's so frustrating watching people do this to themselves. Incredibly frustrating. On the Judge Hessen case, I'm going to let you pay $25 per week. I'm starting that beginning on January the 13th. This, on my case of no insurance, I'm going to let you pay $25 a week. beginning January the 13th. That's on the no insurance. And then on the no ops, you pay 25 per week after fines and costs paid on the C file, on the B file. On the no proof, on the MSP case, I'll give you a personal bond, Mr. Valentine. Mr. Valentine, I have a very good memory. If you play this nonsense with me again, or us again, I promise you, you'll live to regret it. If you don't have the money to pay your fines when they become due, you tell us. You call the court, we'll go on Zoom. I'll be happy to give you multiple extensions.
All right.
I have no problem doing that. If that means that you can't pay until June, I'm okay with that. But if you continue to ignore us, you're going to have a real problem. I'm giving you your pretrial date, December 27th, in front of Judge Hessen. You have to show up on that date at 9:45. I'm letting you pay these 25 a week. That's 50 a week, starting January 13th. I'm even going to let you start on January the 27th, Lisa. Are you out there,
She's
Lisa?
not out there.
Beginning January the 27th is when your payments will start. You have to be in front of Judge Hessen December 27th. Okay, we understand one another?
Yes.
You need to grow up, Mr. Valentine. Like pronto.
You
Understand? Sergeant, thanks for listening. Good luck to you, Mr. Valentine. Thank you very much, Mr. Crawford.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So in terms of